Hello and welcome back to our discussion of female reproduction. In this video, I am going to introduce you to the menstrual cycle. Okay, so before I talk about the menstrual cycle itself, I want to talk about the process of oogenesis, or the making of eggs, right? So this prefix oo means eggs, genesis means making, so oogenesis is the making of eggs. Um, so in the female, the gametes are eggs, and they are haploid cells that are made by meiosis. So just kind of to remind you how meiosis works, we start with a replication of the DNA, and then we have two cell divisions. Okay, so let's take a look at how this is carried out in the female. In the female, the process of oogenesis starts with these cells right here called oogonia. So all of these are oogonia. So these were all made by mitosis. So the oogonia are normal, what I think of as normal, like diploid cells. Okay. Those diploid cells are going to undergo their first meiotic division. So then you're going to have a double the amount of DNA in this first cell type that we have here, which we refer to as the primary oocyte. Okay. Then what's going to happen is we are going to undergo our first meiotic division. And this meiotic division is an uneven meiotic division. So it gives you a secondary oocyte. That's going to be the daughter cell that gets most of the resources from the parent cell. Okay. And then we get this other very small cell from that division, which we call a polar body. And that polar body is just going to disintegrate. Okay. So after that first division, we have our secondary oocyte. We're going to follow that down here. And then we get our second cell division, which is going to give rise to the egg and a second polar body that's going to disintegrate. So that's another uneven division. So you can see that right here. Here's like the big egg, and then this is the polar body being formed. Okay. A couple things that I want to point out about this cell division cycle. First of all, females are born with the primary oocytes. So the eggs that females are born with are these cells that have undergone that first DNA replication, but have not undergone any divisions yet. And as you have probably heard elsewhere from other sources, women, females, are born with all of the eggs that they're going to have. So these are the ones that are going to that we're going to be born with. Okay. And no, we aren't going to form any more of these after we're born. Okay. Cell division is not going to happen until puberty, because that happens during the menstrual cycle. Okay, so that first cell division is going to happen just before ovulation. And then the second cell division actually kind of happens like during or in response to fertilization. So it's kind of a weird situation. Yeah, so that second cell division doesn't happen until the egg gets fertilized, or that egg just dies off without dividing. Okay. One last thing that I want to say about this, because of these uneven cell divisions, each oogonium, or each oogonium, each primary oocyte is only going to give rise to one egg, right? So we get one egg and then a couple polar bodies.